Yo, what's going on, guys? Reversal here, and today we're doing a canine dinosaur deck profile. I think this is one of the more interesting ways that you can play the dinosaur deck right now. If you want to keep like the core gameplay loop of like the typical pop the baby style of gameplay, I think this is one of the probably better ways to do it. There's two different ways you can play with like the canine cards in your deck. You could play like the small package of just like Izuna and Lupus to use as kind of like a pseudo hand trap, or you could play a more expanded engine, which I'm gonna be doing in this deck just to kind of make it more of an actual like canine dino deck as opposed to just playing 4 canine cards and calling it like a canine deck. But yeah, before I get into the profile, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, definitely do that now. Drop a like, comment, all that good stuff. It all helps me out. And if you're interested in this dinosaur playmat or the sleeves, check out finalsaga.de. And if you decide to buy anything, use my code VERSAL5 for 5% off your order. Anything you buy using the code helps support the channel directly, so definitely check them out. I'll leave a link in the description. So for this list, I decided to go with 40 cards just to try to make it as consistent as possible. I think you could play 41, which I'll talk about on the side because there's 16 cards that I'll show you guys, and you can either just move one to the main or take something out. But for the main deck, we'll start with the dinosaurs. We got the 1 Misk until it's at 3 again, Copium. 3 Ovies, 1 Archosaur, 3 Babies. I'm not playing any Petites in this, just because I didn't want too many babies, and I also cut down the dinos a little bit. I'm not playing the Kaito or the Pank in the main deck either, so I just go less babies, the 1 UCT, and then the dinosaur that kind of is the synergy is the Dual Beast Stego. This is just a card that if you have no monsters or if you only have dinosaurs, you can just special summon it. So it can be a free just extender on its own, but the main thing is it's a level 5 that you can use with your canine cards. And whether you use Fossil Dig to grab this or you search it with an Oviraptor or whatever, like you have more access to this card. So it can help just get you a 5 to use with your Jokul, which is good. I don't think you need to play more than one just because it's searchable, and like the card on its own isn't that good. And 3 Fossil Dig, 1 Pill. So it's a more like trimmed down dino engine, but it's like enough to still do your dino stuff. I don't think I'd necessarily change anything here. So moving on to the canine engine, start off with the 3 Izuna and the 1 Lupus. This is like the hand trap package that you can play without playing anything else if you wanted to just include this in the deck, which I think is perfectly fine to do. You could just play more dino stuff instead of the rest of the canines if you wanted to. But these cards are really good. If your opponent uses a monster effect in their hand or grave, it turns on these, and then you could just go into your rank 5 plays, and when it's your turn and these are turned on, when you're playing the rest of the canine stuff, that's when things can start to get a little crazy if like they hand trap you. So if you like lead with your dino stuff and you get ashed or something, which is usually like pretty annoying, you can just pivot to this stuff, and then kind of helps you play through hand traps, and all this stuff's good under Lancia as well, which is good. For the rest of the canines, we got 3 Jokuls, 1 Lantern. Move these down. Then 1 Case for Canine and 1 Forced Release. So the Jokul's like the main starter of the canine. You just need this and any level 5 to kind of pop off with it. This reveals itself in another canine or another level 5 to special both of them. And then this one can search the Lantern, which this one specials itself in a canine engrave. And then this one can search for the spell. So between like the Jokul and a level 5, you're getting to the Izuna through, you can get Case for Canine and add this, or just add it straight up with Ripper. Then the Lantern can get you into the quick play, and the quick play lets you rank up your canine XCs into another one, and then it pops a card as well. So it's really good. These cards are really nice. The only bad thing about the canines, I think, is they're not very good into Yummy because they don't use any monster effects in hand or grave unless they're like hitting you with the monster hand trap like a Ash or a Mulch Army. I think that's like their biggest fault right now, but you can kind of just tailor your non-engine to which matchups you want to be strong into. If you want to kind of be better into the Yummy matchup, you could play more breakers and then kind of adjust your side from there. So then for like the non-engine, you got Prosperity and Called By, just help for consistency and playing through hand traps. And then the rest, I'm just playing hand traps for now. 3 Fua and 3 Perulia. I think these cards are just good. If you want the deck to be better into Yummy, you could play something else instead of Perulia because it's not really that good in that matchup. And 3 Ash, just a decent card. It can negate these, which is important. 2 Nib, I think this card's decent right now. Usually need to like pair it, but it's something that's good to draw into off the chummies, and you can punish certain decks if they play a certain way into it, especially even when it's not paired sometimes. But it's just one of like the biggest punish cards you can play, and then it can cover decks like Malice, and it's okay in the Yummy. And 3 Emperor, just another good hand trap. Pairs well with the Nib, obviously, as well. So yeah, this is the non-engine is a pretty decent amount. You got 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16, plus the 3 Azunas, so it's like 19 non-engine technically. And Lupus is like okay. It's like a brick, kind of, but sometimes you could use this on their turn 0 and make like a Typhon in certain matchups. Or you can like set up to where a Zeus play can potentially happen on your correct back, so Lupus isn't too bad to draw. So that's it for the main deck, 40 cards. The extra deck, Lynx, Anima, IP, just if you just have bodies to turn into. SP, then Pentastag. Pentastag was like the 15th card, just threw it in. Just have another Link too that does something. Could be something else potentially. Dolka, Lagia, and Dugares. Just more like rank 4 stuff. I don't think you necessarily need more than this. Then we got Zeus and Typhon. These cards are really good with the canine stuff. And then for the rest, like the rank 5 stuff, you got the 1 Ripper. It's like the main canine extra deck card. This card as well lets you negate hand traps, and then you could get into more of your canine cards with this. The Werewolf, this is what you summon off the quick play. On your opponent's turn, it can look at their hand and banish a card until the end phase whenever they activate something, so this card's really good. You got the Nash Knight package, Nash Knight and the Silent Honor Arc. There's a lot of different cards you could play with the Nash Knight. Just went with this one because it's a generic rank 4, could potentially be useful. Then the Valon. A lot of people know about this card because it's like a Slayer target or like an X target where you can pop a face down card when it's sent to the grave, but it actually has an on-field effect that is during the main phase. It's a quick effect to book a Moon card, so that's very strong. And last card is Paradise Smasher. This is your like Mulch Army failsafe, because if they hit you with that, it's turning on your Izuna. So as long as you have a way to Stego, you can turn on your Izuna, dump the Lupus, and then just get your Stego on field. Then you have 3 level 5s. Then you can just turn and skip them. So Dino's typically not good into the chummies, especially Fua more so. Pearly is like whatever for the most part, but it's a good backup plan if you get Fua to be able to go into this. That's it for the extra deck. Side deck, like I said before, there's going to be 16 cards here. but you could potentially just not play something or move something to the main deck. The one pink, just because it's a pretty good card, and it's searchable in this deck. 3 Lancia, as long as Malice is a deck, I think you have to play this. There's been less Malice lately because people are just kind of bored of the old decks, but I still think Malice is honestly the best deck. If people are taking Lancia out of their side decks, I think that deck is just insane. 2 Drolls. This card's like not great this format, to be honest, but I feel like you still want to probably side a couple at least, just for the matchups where you do want a card like this. Then 2 Thrusts, 1 Talents, 1 Duster, and 2 Dark Rulers. If I was to play one of these cards in the main deck, I think it would just be the Talents. That'd be the easiest thing to just throw in there. Or you could just opt to not play Drolls at all, and then throw in another Breaker, or maybe another Pink or something like that. Then the only trap card I'm playing to set off Thrust is the Black Goat Laughs. I think this card just is pretty good against most matchups, especially Yummy. It's really good. So then you have Imperm that you can always set as well, like worst case scenario, but just wanted some cards to bring in going first. So you could always bring in like the 2 Thrusts, Talents, and then the Black Goat, and then playing 3 Judgments as well. It's because there's a lot of cards like Dark Ruler and stuff right now, so being able to stop those I think is important. But yeah, this is 16, so like I said, you could either just play the Talents in the main, you could take the Drolls out entirely, play something else. I just wanted to kind of show some of the best options in my opinion, and yeah, you can kind of decide for yourself from there. But I did kind of want to keep the main deck 40 cards, but I did want to like show off all these because they are competing for that last slot. So that's it for the deck. I'll show you guys a combo real quick. Just with Jokul and any level 5. And for the sake of the Dinosaurs, I'll use the Stego, since this is just a random level 5 that you can get access to. You could do this with 2 Jokuls, Jokul and any other canine card. If they turn on your Izuna, you can go into all your canine stuff. So there's plenty of ways to get into this, but I'll show you guys Jokul and Stego. You're going to start off with your Jokul. It's going to reveal both of these and summon them. So you're going to summon these 2. Then you're going to use the Jokul's effect to add a non-aqua canine monster. And that's going to get you the Lantern. And from here, you're going to overlay these 2 to go into the Ripper. So the Ripper is going to detach 1. Going to detach the Jokul because we're going to use this in a sec. And then that is going to add you... you can either get Case for Canine, or you can just get Izuna. But you can just get Case for Canine and then just add the Izuna. So if you want to get both of these just out of the deck, that's how you would do it. But the main thing is you just want to get the Izuna to hand. So if they turn it on, you can use it, or you can just save it for their turn. But now you have a canine in the grave, so your Lantern's live. You can special this and this. Then you're going to use the Lantern to add the Quick Play. So now you got these. And then from here, you can just make another rank 5. These cards don't like bridge into the Dinosaurs or anything like that. So there's nothing like... It's really just Stego being a level 5, which is what kind of helps you just facilitate the canine cards a little bit. Because you just need Jokul and a 5 to do this stuff. So you have 2 different things you could go into here. You could either go for the Nash Knight package or the Valon. It doesn't really make... They're both really good, just kind of depends on the matchup. You're going to be able to go into the other one off the Izuna anyway. So for the sake of this, we'll just do Valon. And then if your opponent uses an effect in their hand or grave, whether it's on your turn or if you hold this for their turn, the Izuna is going to be able to get special summoned. And in this combo, I didn't even normal summon, so like you could technically just normal summon this, since the canines, if your opponent has 2 or more cards in hand, you can just normal summon them. But typically you're going to have a Dino card to normal summon. But then Izuna can dump the Lupus, and then the Lupus is live if they activated a monster effect in hand or grave. And then this one gets to summon itself, and then you could do a quick XYZ. So this is going to get you into your Nash Knight. And then when you use this, it's going to detach two, suck one of their monsters up, and then attach the 101 from your extra deck. And then after you use your Ripper, you can use the Forced Release at any point to XYZ summon the Werewolf, and then this gets the Pauper card as well. So essentially just off Jokul and a level 5, you get to a Negate, a Book of Moon, a Suck, a Pop, and rank up into this, which looks at their hand and banishes a card until the end phase. So it's a pretty decent amount of disruptions just off just having Jokul in a level 5. So yeah, that's pretty much how the canine cards work. There's a lot of times where you'll end up with an Izuna that you can use on your turn, and then you'll have another one in hand too. But you don't have like too many rank 5s after this to go into. So like if you wanted to play another rank 5 instead of like the Pentastag for those type of situations, I think that's something you can consider. I think the Chronomaly Vimena is probably the best generic one to go into. It's just another monster negate. But I'm not sure if you necessarily need another rank 5, but that's what I would probably take out to put it in for sure if you do get into those type of situations. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you end up giving this deck a try, let me know how it goes for you for sure. And that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.